and correctable mistakes that you can fix next time. But you're still doing quite well. What I'd like to see at this point is not this. When you add buildings, stick with the 2 racks in 1 factory and add only starports. And I mean, I suppose you do need a couple more racks, but double reactor racks at this point, he's gonna eventually get Colossus. Like, he's got Colossus coming now. And Marines, you can have just Marines don't do well against charge lots and Colossus. He's going for double Robo Colossus, and double Reactor Core Marines is just not going to do well against that. So, this is just a composition problem. What happened to those medevacs, man? That was weird. Did he kill them with his stalkers? When you do a drop like this, you want your medevacs to float over here so that they can't be hit, and then fight with your M&M. And think of your M&M as something that it's okay to lose, and think of your medevacs as something that it's not okay to lose. And that way, if things start looking bad, like your warps in 5 Zealots, you can load up into these medevacs, and they'll automatically walk back over and get loaded up into it, and you can just float away. So, especially because there's only 1 stalker left at the end, you could definitely have gotten away if you didn't lose the medevacs first. But, you know, that's a minor problem that everyone will have, and, you know, knowing that it's good and doing it are 2 completely separate things, and I don't blame you. I can't actually do it either. I just always try. So now your army composition is primarily made up of Marines, and this is terrible because he's going for production-wise charge lots and double Colossus. So every round he produces 2 Colossus, you're going to need a bunch of starport units. So you did build a 3rd starport, so that's good. Maybe if you build enough, and you're getting a 4th base coming up, and you've got the planetary going down. Oh, this isn't good. So this is gonna hurt. You want when you're relying on Vikings against Colossus. Well, let's just watch. So army size, you have a bigger army. You have a much higher income. You have 4 bases. You have less workers, but that doesn't matter because he only has 3 bases and one of them's mined out. He's got a bunch of idle probes. So yeah, you've got a much higher income and a much bigger army, but your composition of mostly Marines is terrible against charge lot Colossus. And he only has 4 Colossus, and you have a Raven and 7 Vikings. So you do kind of have a chance, but what you're going to want to do is fall back with your Marine Marauder, and because tanks can't fall back, all of these tanks are just kind of sacrificed. So a big portion of your army size is made up of units that can't participate in a battle like this. Tanks do really bad against charge lots. You want tanks in the early push to wipe out sentries, but Protoss doesn't make sentries in the late game. So you don't want a bunch of tanks in your late game army. Tanks they're like Marines. Marine tank is great early and bad late. You want to start off with Marine tank and then never make another Marine and never make another tank. So transition from a racks making Marines to a racks making Marauders, and from a factory making tanks to a factory making Blue Flames or Thors. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like you are gonna lose this battle even though you had a bigger army. And that's not surprising. You didn't get Cloak. You should usually get Cloak against Protoss after you have your 3rd starport, because it's so easy to just scan and snipe an observer. Observers have like 60 health, and they take a little while to replace. And you know, Cloak just tends to work out quite well when you're relying on a lot of Banshees against Protoss. Just because we get scan, you know. Plus you had a Raven, but. Anyway, so keeping him distracted with another drop, but again, the good thing about a drop is you can walk in there, get a little bit of damage, load up and run away. Let's see if you're going to get away. He's got blink going on. Oh, you got away. Sweet. Good times. So keeping him on his toes with that drop is good, but I would like to have seen a double medevac drop up here at the same time as you did a medevac drop here and here and here, you know? Like, Protoss can't move his army to 2 separate places. His whole army is always going to be in one place. And so basically all he gets is 5 racks or gateways worth of warp-ins to defend against drops. So if you drop something that is capable of killing 6 Zealots, he can't defend without bringing his whole army there. So if you do an 16 Marine drop here at the same time as you do a 4 Marauder drop here, and then just run away whichever one he brings his Colossus to defend, then the other base is going to die. Spreading him thin, that kind of thing. Again, this is something that I'm sure you know but can't do because it just takes a lot of effort and you're already running out of, you've maxed your unit space and you have too many things to pay attention to. So double Raven, again, never make more than one Raven because one PDD is just as good as two PDDs. Only 4 Banshees. You got a maxed army with 92 SCVs. This is too many SCVs. So I'd really like to... Oh, and 3 armories. It's a little crazy. I guess because you maxed your unit space, you're thinking you would get 3 armories. But I would much prefer to see you throwing down a bunch more starports so that when you lose your army, you can replace it quickly. Rather than, that. And the composition of your army, just a lot of Marines in it. But that's okay. I guess it's okay to have a lot of Marines. But what you want to make sure is that the Marines, you want your Marines to be like here, like right here. So that when the Zealots charge in, now they're in range of the Marines. But nothing but Zealots is ever in range of the Marines. Because Marines are great at killing Zealots, but they're bad at tanking against AoE. So yeah, with Cloak would really have come in handy here again. Kill the Observer and then use Cloak to kick some ass. But yeah, you're just seeing the Immortal Charge Lot Stalker kind of with 3/3 upgrades against your unupgraded, well, not unupgraded, but under-upgraded infantry. It just doesn't do well in the late game. So yeah, too many workers, wrong composition, not enough starports. Your early push died for obvious reasons. You needed more Marines and more medevacs and a Banshee or a Raven to scare him, and much more SCVs and more SCVs back home as well. Yep. It's hard to give advice about the TvP late game because I don't play the late game. It's impossible. I just lose stupid TvP late game. I can win 1 base, I can win 2 base, I can even win 3 base. But once it gets past 3 base, their warping is just so overwhelmingly awesome that there's just nothing I can do. They can spread DTs around all your bases, and you come attack in multiple places, and they'd get like 8 or 10 warpins at once and to defend. It's like, I can't harass you, I can't fight your army, my army versus your army, and it's like, can't do anything. It pisses me off. So yeah, I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, good job, I guess.